So many people are willing to learn how to trade stocks, but are simply just unsuccessful at it. It's not that you're a bad trader.
I'm up $953, $879, $1,300!
When people come up to me and they say, Dek, I'm just not a good stock trader, there's a whole bunch of baloney.
Oh my goodness, I just made $30,000. You guys want to see a show today? 20 grand in a day so far.
You know why I make so much money shorting? Because the answers are given to me.
$37,000. We're currently up $23,000, $24,000 right now. Let's go! This is high risk, high reward. Let's go, baby! Let's go! I'm going for $100,000 today. $100,000 month coming its way, baby.
You may not know everything, but all of a sudden, it's gonna click.
$30,817 in the market today. Oh my goodness, guys. Welcome to the stock market.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Give me 1 second here, traders. It seems like I accidentally lost some people here. Hold on one moment. We're going to get this thing all good, ready to rock and roll and get this party started the way it should be. I want to make sure that we are all good. Bringing everything right back on up. Let me show my face right here. Ah! All right, we should be ready to rock here, team. I for some reason or another, my channel just kind of went completely down here, and then we're going to get this whole entire thing ready to go. I'm absolutely jacked up on this day, ready to rock, ready to see what this day is going to bring us. I hope every single person is excited. Can I just get a good old, if you guys hear me, if you guys see me, can I get a good old Dekmar Trades thumbs up right now? Can I get a good morning? Can I get a, oh, fuck. I just want to make sure that we are all good, ready to rock. Everyone can hear me. Everyone can see me. Everyone can feel me. You guys can feel my digital love. That's what I want right now at this moment. I want to make sure, of course, that we are all live and set, ready to rock. So, right now we should be all good. Just giving my last little things here. Yeah, I pressed, you guys ever press one of those top buttons on your keyboard? It'll be like F4, F3, F8. My hand accidentally slipped, I hit one, and all my browsers closed. Every single one of them. All my browsers closed, none of them were able to be open anymore, and I didn't know if I turned off absolutely everything. But it seems like we are all set here. It seems like we're alive, it seems like we're live, it seems like we're crushing it, and it seems like I got a whole bunch of warriors absolutely fired up and ready to get after it. Dang it, team, we are here. Welcome to Stocktober. It's spooky season. Spooky shorting season. Spooky profits while we're shorting in the sexy season. Hey! Team, we got C-Jet we're watching at this moment. I got a few plays across the board that we want to see where is the momentum truly going to go to on this day. So C-Jet, one of our top plays here. RVYL not really doing too much. LAC not really doing too much. GLXG right now not really doing too much. We're more kind of waiting to see what we have other than C-Jet. So, let's really get this party started. Right at this moment, we can go over absolutely everything and make sure that you guys are all set, ready for the big day ahead. All right. So, traders, let's dive on into the party. Let's, of course, talk about every single move, every single play. Again, if you guys have not yet, hit that thumbs on up. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, if you guys haven't shared this, go ahead and share it. But let's talk about today. As you guys can see right now at this moment, every single trader is talking about C-Jet. Now, why? What happened on C-Jet today? Well, C-Jet came out with a press release at 7 a.m. this morning. Now, we saw this the moment it came on out. If we scroll on down towards 7 a.m., C-Jet came out right here. You know, we were watching the Fox Runner scanner, and we saw 100, or it wasn't at 199% gain just yet, but we did see a very hot keyword. Recently, one of the hottest keywords has been the word placement. When we have private placement, it's just something that we have seen the last few weeks. The last few weeks, you see the word private placement, it has led to big spikes, big rips, big runs, big pops, big climbs. So what I have been doing, if anyone hasn't yet, is I actually added in my keyword section, placement. See it right here? And I also have the voice alert setting on it. So whenever the word placement comes out in a press release, because I know that these have gone on big spikes recently, I get a voice alert towards it, and on top of that, I can see it immediately highlighted in green. So what we do have is CJET does have that private placement of $1 billion from strong investor demand. 3-star press release placement. Saw this one, of course, right away. This was also alerted over in the news alerts right away, I believe right around 7 a.m. Let me see here. Where are we at? Yeah. CJET, 7:01 a.m. CJET expands private placement to $1 billion. Secures commitment to expand private placement, $1 billion. This has been one of the best plays and one of the top stocks that we should be focusing on. Little heads on up. SCNX did just come out with an agreement press release. So let's just type in SCNX here for a second. SCNX, a little bit of hype. It seems like a lot of stocks like sub $1 are getting some hype here. What about NVVE? Just came on out with a new contract. Again, another sub $1 stock. A lot of kind of, sub $1 stock plays, trying to get some hype, trying to get momentum, trying to get some breakouts. So NVVE did just come out with a press release with a contract, 25-cent play. SCNX did come out with an agreement, little bit of a move as well. It seems like the majority of the hype, though, is still over on CJET. Now, as I was stating earlier, these private placement press releases have been relatively hot. Over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, it has been the number one kind of keyword. We go through different little trends. And usually what happens, it'll be like, hey, we have a cryptocurrency press release. We are buying $100 million of Solana. And if that one goes on a 200% spike, then every future Solana Treasury press release goes on some sort of spike. Because it's almost like this, guys. If you want to think about it, the stock market is almost one big game of follow the leader. Okay? Now stick with me here. Think about it like this when you were in high school. Let's imagine there was some guy in high school, let's just call him Blake. And Blake was the coolest kid in high school. He was the quarterback, all the chicks loved him, he was the coolest and nicest guy, and whatever Blake did caught fire. If Blake wore yellow jeans, all of a sudden you started seeing other guys wear yellow jeans, hoping that again they could be more like Blake. It's almost the same exact thing in the stock market, right? When we had Nvidia shoot on up and everyone made tons of money on Nvidia because of AI, guess what? Any other company that mentioned Nvidia or any other company that mentioned AI also shot on up. It's the same exact thing what we see previously on smaller trends in the smaller cap world. Smaller cap world, we might see, hey, private placement has led to big time spikes and rips and runs. And we've seen 200, 300, 500% spikers from private placement. So now anything that comes out with the word private placement gets some sort of 100, 200% spiker. Now, pretty soon there's going to be a new trend. Maybe that new trend could be, let's just make up something. Let's say, again, the new trend is going to be electric vehicles, right? Maybe one stock comes on out and says, hey, we are creating a new electric vehicle battery. And all of a sudden, the stock goes on a 600% climb. Probably for the next week and a half straight. Any press release that comes out with the word electric vehicle battery is also going to go on a 100, 200% climb, hoping that it turns into one just like the first. When you have someone that sets the standard and it works out great, you usually have a whole bunch of little followers. And that's essentially what's happening over on CJET. So a lot of times, guys, depending on what is that kind of hot current trend word right now, I always put it here just so we're all set. Like I have, robotics. That was a hot word for a little bit. Quantum was a hot word for a little bit. I had some different cryptocurrencies. These were some hot, words for a little bit. So these were some different, hot little trendy words over the last month and a half. I always have my main words that I'm looking for, but these are kind of those trendy ones that I just want to make sure, I'm not missing, especially at this time. So right now at this moment here, team, CJET is the number one play. Is there anything that could steal the show away from CJET? Because to be frank with you, I am on right now a 7-day winning streak. We have been absolutely on fire. Guys, I don't mean to toot my own horn right here, but I'm telling you right now, we have been absolutely dominant over the past week and a half. If we want to go back to yesterday, I was able to make $822 in profit. I will say 90% of my gains were made when though? In pre-market. Then again, over on Tuesday, I was able to make $977 in profit. The majority of my gains were in pre-market. Then, of course, over on Monday, I was able to make $1,002 in profit. And guess what? A lot of my trades were over in pre-market. Then we were able to trade on Friday. We traded on Thursday. Here again, I made $503 in profit. And then on top of that, right, we keep going. We made $360 in profit. We keep on scrolling on down. We made $243 in profit. We can keep scrolling on back right here. The thing is, traders, we have been absolutely crushing it day in and day out. $458 in profit. The thing is, a lot of people say, well, Dek, why don't you show your losses? Traders, I show every loss I have. If you guys have ever watched me on YouTube before, you have probably seen me at some point take a loss. I don't like sharing losses. You got that right. But when they happen, I do it live. And when they happen, I'm doing it in front of every single person. The reason why you're not seeing any losses is because we don't have any over the past week. We don't have any over the past 7 days because we are trading smart. We are, again, following our game plan. We are absolutely crushing it. Now, obviously, again, that does not mean we won't see red today. That does not mean we are 100% guaranteed with green. But I'm feeling absolutely stone cold confident. I'm walking on up to anyone at this time, feeling great. I'm again going toe to toe with the best. I feel like I can jump in the ring with Muhammad Ali. I feel like you could throw on some gloves and bring me to Prime Tyson. I feel like I can eat with the dogs and sleep with the wolves. Woo! I'm excited. I'm excited, people. I'm excited with this day. We're making some good money. It is Stocktober, baby. So, let's see what we can do. All right, traders. Maybe I'm getting a little too excited. Maybe I'm getting a little too jacked up. Maybe, again, I got to calm down a little bit. But maybe, again, you can pick up the energy a little bit more. Huh? Let's have ourselves an absolutely fantastic day. So, as we can see, let's make sure that we're all set. Number one, what are the top gainers with news or filing? Number one top gainer is CJET. CJET did come out with a private placement, as we all know, and we're all aware of. But now what's the issue here, team? There is a massive drop-off. We are going from a 188% gain on news to a 32% gain on news. Now, again, seeing LAC come out with news, it's not bad in any sort of way. LAC, we had the government. The government is buying into LAC because LAC here, traders, if anyone does not know, is lithium. Lithium is one of the best investments I think you can make at this time. I really do believe that. Lithium stocks, I think, are going to be very, very hot in the future. You can even see right here, it says Lithium America reaches agreement with GM and US DOA regarding first draw of DOE loan. So essentially, what is this? Donald Trump, President Trump, signed off to buy into or buy LAC. And that's because, guess what? We need lithium. Who knows what lithium does? Lithium, for anyone who does not realize, is going to be batteries. Why are batteries so important today? Well, traders, don't batteries power a lot of AI? Doesn't batteries power drones, especially for military use? Don't batteries power cars and electric vehicles nowadays? So what do we have here? Take a look. It says LAC lithium stocks are on high alert. Lithium America stock pops 35% as government takes a stake to boost NVIDIA project. Lithium America rose 35% after U.S. Energy Chris Wright told Bloomberg that the U.S. government will take a small stake in the company. The U.S. Department of Energy plans to take a 5% equity stake in Lithium America to separate 5% stake in the Canadian miners. Thacker Pass is expected to become one of the largest sources of lithium in North America. Traders, we have been talking about this stock for a while, right? It says, over the past month, Fox Runner has been alerting lithium stocks such as AMPX. AMPX, due to lithium shortage and high demand as the world focuses more on electric vehicles, eVTOLs, drones, battery-powered AI, and more. We can expect to see more gains in this field and popularity over, again, the future. So, again, one of these plays, AMPX, has been moving on up. We have LAC right now that's moving on up. And, of course, talking about why lithium is so important. What's going on with lithium? So if you guys believe that we are moving out of a gas-powered world and more into a battery-powered world, lithium could be an absolutely great investment. So LAC right here, this is the number 3 top gainer in the stock market. Now LAC at this time, unfortunately, it's not doing too much. LAC at this moment, traders, did go from $5 and shot up to $8, but it really hasn't moved since last night. You want to know what's also a little bit funny? Is look at all the insider buying. The news came out last night over on LAC. LAC, the news came out last night where the stock went from $5 to $8. But isn't it funny how the stock went from $3 all the way up to $8 and then sold on off before the news even came out? It's like last week we're sitting here in chat and saying, guys, why is LAC going from $3 all the way up to $8? I don't see any news. I don't see any news. I don't see anything. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Today or last night, it says, oh, the government's buying into LAC. So the government buys into LAC. LAC now has the press release where you could have gotten in from $5 up towards $8. But, the thing is, traders, we just always try to, a lot of people, some people just track the government, and that's absolutely fine. A lot of people are tracking the government. Let's see if any government officials bought in LAC early. So symbol LAC. let's look at this right here. So we have Valerie Hoyle, William R. Keating. Only 2 people. So we have Valerie Hoyle bought in on LAC, and that was back on September 11th. But it's not like anything from like Nancy Pelosi. She hasn't bought in on anything like that. But some people, again, just track. Some people just track, again, government officials, buy whatever they're buying. We know, again, Nancy Pelosi is one of the best investors of all time. Why? Because, again, she passes, she'll say, oh, I'm going to buy $100 million worth of battery stocks. All of a sudden, she passes a bill that says we need to buy more batteries. Right? So, again, a lot of times governments can be a little flawed in that manner. So, just got to be careful. But as we know, as of now here, traders, what do we have? CJT, number 1 top gainer, does have the private placement. Stock is the most active. Stock is extremely hot. Now, a lot of people always ask this question as well. They say, Dek, how do you know a stock is hot? How do we know a stock is, worth, trading? Well, a few different ways. Number 1, we do know that the stock is up 185%. So we're going to make the assumption that it's very hot. And then the other thing that you can always do, just to get a quick gauge if the stock was hot at some point today, is always just look at current volume. Current volume right here. 366 million shares have been traded already on this day. Now, why is this so big? Why is this so important, right? When we take a look over on this, right? When we take a look over on CJT, let's see what's the average volume. The average volume is 36 million shares traded. So on a normal day, CJT trades 36 million shares. Right now, we are at 368 million. We are nearly 100 times more than its average volume. So a great way to look to see if a stock's hot is, of course, you can just look at the percentage, but you also can look at the level 2 and see how quickly it's moving. And then you can also look at the current volume and compare it to the average volume and see, wow, how hot is this stock? Wow, how crazy is this play right now? So we're seeing a lot of big movement. We're seeing a lot of big action at this time. Now, CJET, I'm going to be frank with you. I'm going to be blunt. It's not my favorite. Now, you might say, well, Dek, why it's not your favorite? I don't really like playing stocks that are only 40 cents. For me, they're kind of harder to gauge. They're kind of harder to understand when we have a stock that's only 40 cents. So I do prefer playing stocks that are like $2 and above. It's not saying I'm not going to touch CJET at all today, but I do prefer trading stocks up a little bit higher. So what's going on with RVYL here? Well, RVYL, this play, unfortunately, again, does this stock have any credibility? It does have credibility. At the same time, though, this one is kind of just fading and falling right now. Not really the best play in the world. This is one that is kind of just, looking a little iffy. Not really our favorite. Kind of keeping this one on the back burner. We have RVYL right now, and the stock is more just downtrending. So, when we have a stock that is more just downtrending, a stock that is more just fading and falling, we probably aren't going to be getting ourselves involved in that one too much here. Let's see here. I do want to take a look really quickly. I want to just see real quick. RVYL. Does that have any sort of that credibility behind it? Yeah, I mean, RVYL right here, stock did have credibility. At the same time, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Right, it says everything you should know this morning. We have CJET, which is the most popular play. And then we do have RVYL, which does talk about a $75 million merger. But again, this is a stock that's only 50 cents and the stock has been fading and falling. KAVL, stock is only 62 cents. KAVL right now, stock is trying to get a little bit of hype. Stock is trying to get a little bit of a pull. Really, all we're looking for at this moment is what play is going to get hot for us. Now, I know, again, some traders are saying right now, hey, Dek, KAVL starting to move. KAVL has no news. That means it has a better chance of fading and falling and dropping. KAVL also, when you take a look at the daily chart, is known to have big upper shadows and give back all of its gains. KAVL also has the 50-day moving average coming up at 65 cents and the 200-day moving average at 71 cents. So we have a stock with no credibility that could dump at any time with 2 super strong resistance lines coming on up. I probably wouldn't touch KAVL unless you're going on the short side. That's it. So we have so far VCIG. I like it. I don't love it. It's hot. So again, I kind of am forced to like it, but it's not my favorite. Excuse me. I'm talking about CJET right here. CJET. I like it. I don't love it. It's a little bit smaller. 50-cent strong resistance. We'll keep our eyes peeled. LAC. Lithium play. U.S. government buying into it. Pretty amazing. We'll see if it can catch any fire and start moving up. It's just been a little dead. It's been a little stagnant for the last 6 hours. RVYL, not doing too much at this moment. Let's go through these guys. Let's see what are the top gainers just overall in the stock market. In the entire stock market, what are the top gainers? In the overall, the entire stock market here, what are the best plays? What are the ones that we should focus on? So, hottest stocks in the entire market. Number one, we already know CJET, right? 50-cent strong resistance. We might go after this play. IROH right here. Is IROH this one? Is this one halted? Is this one live right now? Let me see here. I want to go over to the Holt scanners. IROH. Doesn't seem like it's like even playable right now. Let's skip that one right now. RVYL. We already know this one. Definitely a hotter play. KAVL. KAVL does not have any sort of news. Possible short. GLXG right here. Stock's starting to fade back on down. RZVL. You know what I feel like, guys? I feel like most likely today is going to be some random low float play that's going to appear. I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not the biggest fan of any of these plays right now. I'm not the biggest fan of any of these stocks. Nothing right here is tickling my fancy. And to be frank with you, I like when my fancy is tickled. So, right now, traders, I don't like this. I don't like these plays. I don't like this action. I don't like what I'm seeing at this moment. I need to see something else appear. I need to see something else again, start building on up. Now, Dek, what could be the reason maybe we don't see anything spiking at this moment? Again, I'm just brainstorming here. Could it be because we have that government shutdown? Did you guys again see earlier this morning here? We did have the government shutdown happen. So let me scroll on down. Understanding the U.S. government shutdown. So again, why is this happening? At its simplest form, a government shutdown occurs when Congress failed to approve funding for the next fiscal year. The U.S. Constitution, Article 1, requires Congress to appropriate funds from the Treasury of government operations. The federal budget process includes passing 12 individual bills covering discretionary spending. So right now, traders, just to be frank with you, the reason why the U.S. government is shut down at this moment is because the Democrats and the Republicans cannot figure out the appropriate amount for their bill. So has there been any shutdowns in the past? Yes, there has been. And when we say government shutdown, it's not saying that the entire government is shut down, but it is saying, again, certain parts of the government are shut down, right? It says many halts, such as non-essential activities, hundreds of thousands of federal workers, and disrupt services nationwide. So we are having, again, this government shutdown. There has been government shutdowns, as we have seen in the past before. But at the same time, guys, we'll see how this affects the market. Usually, this is known as a non-eventful day. Like, it's not supposed to be a massive drop in the market. I know you might think that, saying, oh, the S&P 5 is going to crash. Again, the government shut down. It usually isn't. It usually isn't anything that's crazy dropping. We will obviously see, but it should not scare you or make you have any fear in that manner. Just trying to get everyone prepared. What were yesterday's number one top gainers? Maybe, again, buying volume is going to go back into previous top gainers. Previous top gainer, BENF, 72 cents. Stock kind of gave everything on back. ZURA maybe starts creeping its way up towards around $5. Starts getting a little bit of hype. Starts getting a lot of momentum. Government shutdown happened. Here's all, again, headlines of today if you guys want to read more into that. Also, heads on up, guys. Gold. Gold is hitting new highs. So, traders, gold is, again, moving itself on up. And gold is starting to get spikes, starting to get rips, starting to get runs. So far, gold is up one of the best years it has ever had. Like, it's incredible right now. Gold and silver are absolutely dominating. So you guys can actually go to your charts right now and type in GLD. GLD is the gold trust. So again, go check that out if you guys have not yet. Gold and silver is absolutely on fire at this moment. Now, traders, there are some reasons on why we have this, and there's kind of like a one big reason. Now, obviously, I am not here to speak politics. The only time I'm going to talk politics in any sort of way is when it has to do with the stock market, okay? So, if you're wondering why gold is moving on up, I'm going to give it to you. It's going to be a little bit political in a sense, but obviously I'm talking to you as an investor. So why is gold moving on up so much? Why is gold spiking up towards new highs? Why is gold continuously climbing? And the number one reason is because the United States, weaponized the US dollar system. Now you might say, Dek, what does that mean, weaponize the US dollar? Well, essentially what we have is we have all these other countries in the world, tons of countries, right? Hundreds of countries in the world that basically use the US USD, the US dollar, as the stable base, where you could say, all right, we're going to load up our reserves with US dollars, right? This is essentially our gold. We know US dollar is always going to have value. The US dollar is going to be the #1 currency in the world. We can have US dollar and every other country is going to accept it. You can go to Italy, you can give them US dollars. You can go to Africa, you can give them US dollars. You can give it to Europe, wherever you want to go. US dollars is accepted worldwide. Now, what happened over the past year, 2 years? Over the past year, 2 years, we obviously had conflicts with Russia. We know Ukraine and Russia had a lot of issues. Now, how did they weaponize the US dollar? Well, basically what we did was says, Russia, you need to stop. You need to stop invading Ukraine. You have to stop doing this. You have to stop again this war in any sort of way. And if you do not, we are going to make all your USD treasuries worthless. We are going to freeze your accounts. They are going to be worthless. You are going to lose hundreds of billions of dollars in your reserves if you do not stop. And essentially, what did we do? The United States made it that if you do not listen to us, now guess what? We are going to make sure that your money is worthless. Now, in a war-based setting, that definitely is a great strategy. You stop what you're doing right now, or we are going to take away billions of dollars from you. And all the $1 billion of your reserve is going to, poof, mean nothing. Now, that's great in a war setting. But you know what it did? It made other countries say, uh-oh, hold on a second. At any moment, the U.S. can just be able to demolish our reserves. At any moment, the U.S. can just basically say, if you do not do what we want, we are going to, again, freeze your accounts and make sure, again, you guys have no reserve whatsoever. So ever since we did that, a lot of countries now are saying, hey, I get it. The U.S., you guys are the most dominant country in the entire world, but we don't want to essentially be told, and if we're not doing what we're supposed to, you guys make our country broke. So what are they doing now? They are going back and saying, instead of going up on USD, US dollars, they're going and loading up over in gold. So the reason why gold has been going so crazy over the last X amount of years now, over the last 2, 3, 4 years, is because a lot of these countries are saying, let's go back to gold. Gold is universally accepted. And you know what? No one can basically turn off gold. No one can tell us what to do and say, oh, gold no longer has any value. So again, that was the one mistake that the United States made. And again, it has its pros, it has its cons. We definitely, again, can be able to control Russia in some sort of manner. But at the same time, is that now having a ripple effect on other countries not being able to listen to us in the future, right? So there's a lot that you can think about it. Pros, cons, ups, downs, lefts, right? But again, that was one of the biggest things that is now leading towards gold going wild because other countries are now loading up on gold in their reserves. So gold has been absolutely dominating, spiking, going crazy, going wild. And that's why, again, right now we're waking on up and gold is at all-time highs at this moment. Pretty incredible, pretty wild to be thinking about. EPSM was a little bit of a crazy spiker earlier this morning as well. EPSM went on a random spike up to $23, back on down to $12, a $10 rip for no reason whatsoever. Other than that, here are all, again, the best press releases. Here are all the top gainers. Here are all the top losers. And again, you guys have this all on Fox Runner. I think every single person here uses Fox Runner now just because it literally gives us the answers every single day. So if you guys don't, make sure you guys use it. This is how, again, you find all the best plays every morning. BK, previous spiker. Tesla also has delivery numbers coming on up. Tomorrow is a massive day over on Tesla. Tesla, I believe, has a conference tonight where they are going to be unrevealing their brand new self-driving program. So for anyone who does not know, they have delivery numbers coming out tomorrow. And on top of that, they are also unrevealing their brand new autonomous vehicle, right? So Tesla, if you are interested, most likely tomorrow is going to be a massive moving day on Tesla. Doesn't mean I say up. I did not say Tesla's going to be moving on up. Is there potential for Tesla to move up to 450 plus tomorrow? Absolutely. If they come on out and say, hey, our delivery numbers are up high. And then on top of that, they're also saying to themselves, hey, Tesla, guess what? We have our brand new program. It's 100% autonomous. You guys can now fall asleep behind the wheel and you'll wake up in your home. I mean, we will see, but tonight, over the next 24 hours, is going to be absolutely massive. I believe over on Monday, we were talking about Tesla. Let me go back over to Monday real quick. See if I can get this. Is this it here? Let me see. Monday. I don't think this is it here. 9-2. Oh, this is way back. I think here, September 29th. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I was looking at like the complete wrong month. So what we have right here, It says Tesla bulls are excited for the week. So this was over on Monday, September 29th. It says Tesla deliveries are due, but this is the big news for Tesla bulls. Tesla report third quarter delivery figures on early Thursday morning, but the EV's giant biggest news of the week is promised release of the latest version of the full self-driving Tesla stock vehicles, recent weeks on self-driving optimism. So basically, team, as we can see, Tesla is getting ready for the next rally. Tesla is set, ready to go for that explosion. We're up near highs. We're again getting ready for that possible rip and run to 500. Tomorrow morning, Tesla's going to be big. Okay? So, doesn't mean, again, big as in going up, but there's a lot of things that we want to be ready coming on up, and that's for their deliveries and their new self-driving vehicles, okay? So, make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll on that. Make sure you guys are fired up over on that as well. I think that is pretty much everything that we need to be aware of to kind of kick off this day. I try to cram as much as we possibly could over that last 30 minutes. So basically, when we're getting ready to kick off the day, just a small little 2-minute recap right here. Dek, what's the hottest play of this morning? Hottest play of this morning, as we know, is CJET. CJET is the #1 stock right now. CJET. CJET, #1 hottest stock of this morning. Okay, absolutely awesome. #2, we do have RVYL. Did have news right now talking about a $75 million merger. Not too much, though. NVA at this moment. NVA, we'll keep our eyes peeled on it. We do know gold stocks have been hot. We know lithium stocks have been hot with LAC. We're kind of more just waiting to see where this buying volume takes us. We know there's a government shutdown going on, and obviously, we're trying to stay as smart as we can. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are excited about today, if you guys are, again, gassed up and ready to go, make sure right now you smash that thumbs on up. You guys are fired up, ready to go. We got a big day ahead, and we're trying to keep this green streak alive, going for 8 days in a row of green. 8 days in a row of profit. So, that's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys are pumped and ready to rock. Now, also, what's some big things? Team, today will be my last day live streaming this week. I will not be live streaming tomorrow. Now, if you're saying, Dek, what the heck? Why are you not live streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow, guys, I'm actually going to be at the New York Stock Exchange, and I am going to be part of the Morning Bell opening, the Morning Bell ceremony. So I know you guys have probably saw not 2 weeks ago, probably last month, right? You guys may have seen that I was actually part of the closing bell at the NASDAQ, right? So the closing bell at the NASDAQ was absolutely awesome. It was so much fun. It was absolutely great. Such an incredible experience. But now here, team, I'm going to be part of the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange, which is going to be really cool. So this was over at the NASDAQ, being part of the closing bell. That was great. Such an awesome experience. So grateful to be invited out there. I was actually just invited out to the New York Stock Exchange for the opening bell tomorrow. So I'm going to be at the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow. So again, unfortunately, I will not be here, but hopefully I see every single one of you guys where? Tomorrow at, again, the New York City rooftop. So this was, again, I posted it 3 days away. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow, we do have our free New York City night out. Remember, guys, no tickets are needed. We rented out a rooftop in New York City, and we are not charging anything whatsoever. We thought to ourselves, and again, this is Cobra, Katy Perry, myself, Day Trade Professor, Wolf Financial, Justin Weirland. We thought, hey, you know what? So many people want to be able to make friends with stock traders. So many people, again, love stock trading, but they don't know anyone. So we said, you know what? Let's set this on up. We're going to rent out a part of our rooftop on New York City. We're going to get wristbands that give you free drinks and free food. We are going to make sure that you guys have a fun night out. This is not come sit down and, again, let's read PowerPoints. This is come out, let's have some food, let's have some drinks, let's network, let's talk, and again, have a fun Thursday night. So I hope every single person comes on out tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, we are throwing a free New York City rooftop party. It is at a bar setting. You do have to be 21 or older to come, so please do not show up with an 8-year-old. Unfortunately, he will not be allowed in. But if you guys are interested in having a good Thursday night tomorrow, 235th Rooftop, New York City, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So that is going to be absolutely great. Absolutely awesome. So jacked up and so excited about that. So we've been posting a lot of, as you guys can see, Cobra Trading also posted this rooftop trader invasion. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be awesome. Make sure, and I hope we can see every single person there. All right. So we got about 30 seconds here until the market opens on up. Let's get fired up here, traders. Let's get ready to rock and roll. And we will be all good. Can we get a little show of hands? How many people are showing up tomorrow? So I get a couple. Again, we are giving away 100 free wristbands that give you free food and free drinks all night. I think we're giving 20 away to the first 20 people who show up. Then on top of that, I'm getting about 15 that I'm going to be able to hand on out. So the thing is, if you guys come up to me early tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 6:30, and I have a wristband, I'll give it to you. You guys can get free drinks, free food all night. So, hey, we're just trying to hook it up. We're not charging you guys $10,000 like it's a Grant Cardone convention or something. Just come out and have a fun night. That's all we're trying to do. October in New York City. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. You know? Gonna be a blast. Right now, big day ahead. Big day ahead. I really just want to see where this buying volume is going to take us. You know, let's see what gets halted. Let's see what gets the hype. Let's see what gets the momentum. And let's see what really starts taking on off. Okay? For traders over on Tradecaster, I'm setting up Pro Trading Room again. Pro Trading Room is back live right now if you guys want to go ahead and use that. But let's go ahead and try to make some money here today. Everyone, get ready to go. Today, no positions just yet. As I said, I like focusing on stocks that are over $1. I'm not the biggest fan of playing stocks that are sub $1. That's just my personal preference. Let's see if there's any shorts available for CJET though. CJET, any shares available to short? CJET, let's go with 6,000 shares. Then you might say, Dek, 6,000, isn't that a lot? The stock's 40 cents. So it's really not that much. 6,000 shares, locate lowest. How much is this going to cost me? This is going to cost me $9. So if I do want to short CJET, 6,000 shares, it's going to cost me a $9 fee. That's not really anything, right? $9 fee really isn't that much in any sort of way. 50 cents is going to be strong resistance. I'm not going to do it just yet, but I do think, again, CJET could be a very strong, CJET could be a nice reversal coming on up. Now, where I like to look for a reversal a lot of times is at like previous old sell-offs, previous old charting areas. So I would say, again, if I could get the perfect area on CJET, I'd be looking more towards around like 61 cents. See this ginormous red candle where we basically fell, and now we have a gap to fill technically. A gap to fill. All the way up towards around 60, 61 cents. So I really don't feel comfortable shorting CJET until we're probably at least the 60 cent mark. If we can get up to 60 cents and CJET's up 280%, I mean, that's going to be a much better short in my eyes. I'm going to feel more comfortable. I feel like, again, we're going to be able to see a nice fade and drop. Steve, you'll coming up tomorrow? Hey, I hope so, buddy. I love seeing you, Steve. So awesome. We're going to have ourselves an absolutely awesome day. My goal here today is, again, make sure everyone's profiting. Make sure everyone's making money. Because remember this, traders. As I said, tomorrow I will not be here. Friday, I will not be here. Tomorrow, again, Thursday, we're going to be in New York City all day. And then Friday, I was invited to, does anyone use Blossom? Blossom is a social platform, almost like a StockTwits, a little different. But again, Blossom is having an event, and I'm going to be going to that as well. Little heads on up, RAYA. A little bit of hype over on RAYA. Trying to get some movement right now. Stock at this moment. Let's go ahead and take a look to see if there's any sort of news over on RAYA at this time. Came out with a press release 1 day ago. Now, again, 1 day ago, this was yesterday. Not really anything I'm seeing. It seems like it's just getting a little bit of a spike. The stock is not halted yet. It's getting very close to halted. But RAYA is about to get halted. Stock just went from 422 up towards around 515 at this time. And remember, we are sitting back right now. There's no rush. I know, again, a lot of times people will start, jumping into play so quick and they say, oh, I don't want to miss this. Again, we can wait for good setups. We can wait until we're confident. I'm not confident right now, guys. I feel like I'm gambling right now. I feel like I'm gambling over on RAYA. I like CJET if it gets up to 61 cents and I can look for a short. But other than that, I'm absolutely chilling right now, right? I'm absolutely fine at this moment. Yeah, I got a full tank of gas. There's groceries, again, all set and put away in the cabinet. I got Enrique, the private chef, again, making me some breakfast right now. We're good. We're chilling. We don't got to do anything at this moment. So right now here, team, let's just keep our eyes peeled. All right here, traders. Still just watching and waiting, seeing where buying volume is truly going to take us. All right here, team. No reason to force right now. Let's just, again, continue to stay smart. Let's continue to wait. And let's, of course, see where the hype, the mob, is going to go. That's what I always like to call it, guys. So, again, a mob is the acronym that I made up, 10 years ago, saying the majority of buyers. To be successful in the stock market, what you have to do is beat the mob. Now, what do I mean by beat the mob? Beat the majority of the buyers. Beat the majority of traders that are about to run into a play. Like, for instance, right? If people are about to run into RAYA, we want to try to get involved in RAYA before the majority of the traders in the world start jumping in on those plays and start, spiking them on up. Every single morning when you guys sit down, you should not say, ooh, what do I like the most? It is when you sit down, what does everyone else like the most? Because everyone else is going to decide what becomes the top gainer of the day. So you have to think about it as in, what do other traders like? How are other traders going to buy? What are they seeing? If you are finding some super secret play that no one is aware of, great. Guess what? It's not going to do anything. People want to find the stock that's hot, the stock that's going to make them money. So again, just like CJET. CJET was the #1 top gainer. It was making traders a lot of money. It had tons of volume. People wanted to trade it. Now, if CJET starts fading and falling, guess what? People might say, oh, we're going to go over to RAYA. That stock's halted on the upside. That one's spiking. Now, there is no credibility. There is no news over on RAYA. It had news yesterday. This is just a low float random spiker right now, and hopefully it can gain volume. We can trade RAYA, but we have to go in with the right mindset. The right mindset is on RAYA, hey, Dek, I'm going to look to enter this play. It's a low float stock. I know it's high risk. It's sub 1 million in float. Nothing that is above $1 is spiking so far today. I think the mob, the majority of buyers, could run into RAYA and push it up to $6 plus. And they are going to do that because it's one of the only options. You're here to trade. I'm here to trade. Vanessa's here to trade. Jonathan's here to trade. We're all here to trade. But we're all kind of sitting on our hands right now looking for the best move. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to think, where is Vanessa going to go? Where is Jonathan going to go? Where is the majority of people going to go? Well, right now, again, the majority of people aren't jumping in on CJET at this moment. Hasn't really done too much. RVYL, that doesn't really done too much either. HCTI, okay. Some traders are moving over to HCTI right now. Some traders are saying to themselves, hey, this stock's getting a little bit of hype. This one is a play that we might want to keep our eyes peeled on. But again, if HCTI again gets a little pullback, it could be RAYA. And again, RAYA is a high risk play. It really is. RAYA, we don't know how this is going to react, but there is a chance that this opens, goes on a very quick spike. Now, I do think probably the best chance of success would be, instead of trying to take the chance of buying this and hoping it goes on up, the better chance of success could be the fact that this stock could spike up real quick and then we short it back on down. So that could be a little bit of a profit area for us. So I want to see how much RAYA, how much shorts are on this play. This one could possibly spike up to like $6 plus real quick. RAYA, oh, it's already shortable. It's an already shortable play. So I would say, let's switch over to 500 shares. If this one ever started running up to like 640 or so, we could look for a short. Let's see what this one does. Guys, it's now live. It's now live. Let's see if this one ever gets like that quick little pop up to like 640, 670, 690. Let's see if it ever kind of gets that random like foop rip on up and we could short this play back on down. But RAYA, high risk going on the long side, But at the same time, you could definitely get the most reward on this play as it's slowly trying to build on up. It's a low float stock that traders are saying to themselves, hey, I don't see anything else going on here today. I want to make some money. People are buying RAYA. I want to buy RAYA. So guess what? It's moving on up. You need to understand that the mob is going to jump around from play to play to play to play to play, seeing what is going to stick, what is going to catch fire. Right now, I'm going to look for shorts if this play spikes up near around 650, just because at some point, people are going to start taking their profits. At some point, we're going to get that nice pullback, and again, it'll probably crash back down sub 550. So right now, RAYA, we just went from 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Now again, a little pullback. We want to see if we can break 6. If we can break 6, we should get a nice pop again. Guys, please remember this as well. Tomorrow's the big day on Tesla. Tesla has delivery numbers on their current inventory. And then on top of that, Tesla's also unrevealing their brand new autonomous software. Right now, we do have RAYA. GLXG. Guys, so RAYA already starting to dump a little bit. Came up towards around 603. Most likely is going to continue to fade and fall. And again, this just seems like it's a low float pop play. Stock that had a little low float, caught some fire, could easily start turning and dumping right back on down. If you want to, you definitely could get ready for that possible short back down towards around $5. It looks like it probably will be happening, that short back down to $5. Again, you know, this is, we're basically trying to just get involved in anything we can. HCTI had the quick little spike, starting to also fade its way back on down. RAYA, little spike on up. This stock is already shortable. You don't even need to pay any sort of fee here. Let's see if there's anything that's looking great. GLXG with a little bit of a pop. GLXG 50-day moving average is going to be a 537. APM now trying to get a little bit of a pop as well. So again, we're very scattered right now, as you can see. Very scattered. Traders are basically, again, trying to put themselves involved in anything that's moving. There is no 100% go-to play. From a show of hands, so you know you're not alone. Who here has not pulled the trigger on anything yet? Who here is sitting on their hands right now? Who here has said, Dek, you know what? You know, yesterday we had 7 trades by this time. Today I don't have one. Today, again, I'm sitting 100% even. And that's fine. Because it is. People always say this, team. They say, Dek, oh, you're a stock trader. You're a professional gambler. Am I a professional gambler? Traders. That depends on how you, again, define gambling. I define gambling as going in and buying, or let's say putting your money on the chances of pure luck. Maybe a 50-50. Maybe even if you go to a casino, a 40-60, a 30-70. 30% chance I'm going to win, a 70% chance I'm going to lose. As I've said before in the past, when you're a stock trader, you have to be the house. You should not be gambling. You should have the odds in your favor. Now, I cannot tell you every single moment what the stock market's going to do. If that's what you're referring to as the stock market is a gamble, I 100% agree with you. There is not 100% certainty that I can tell you, oh, we're going to buy here and it's going to spike. Oh, we can dip buy here and it's going to move. Oh, we can short here, it's going to dump. But there will be pinpoints of predictability. Predictability as in hot news comes on out, stock's going to spike on up. Stock forms an upper shadow, get ready for a pullback back on down. A stock forms an uptrend, get ready for a dip buy off the trend line. Stock cracks the trend line, get ready for a more bearish sentiment. There are pinpoints. There are points of predictability. Not 100% of predictability, but there are points of predictability. Just let's think about it like this. Let's imagine if you are a storm chaser and you say, hey, I want to get the best shot of a tornado. And you say, you know what? I'm going to jump in my car and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a tornado. And let's say it's the middle, let's say it's right now in September. Guys, you can drive around all you want. You are not going to find a tornado. And you're going to say, oh, finding a tornado is just gambling. No. Well, first things first, where are you even looking? Well, I live in Vermont. Okay, let's narrow it down. You ain't getting tornadoes in Vermont. Let's go to where tornadoes happen. Okay, so now we're putting the odds slightly in our favor. Okay, and also I'm driving around in September. Okay, tornadoes don't happen in September. Tornadoes happen in the springtime. So April or May. Okay, so you're telling me go down to Texas or Oklahoma in springtime Yes, and you are going to have a better chance of seeing a tornado. Okay, and we can also look at the radar. Hey, we have 2 fronts moving on in. It looks like this is going to be, again, a good setup for a tornado. Great. So the thing is, we can be a great stock trader. But again, I'm not calling you out right here. But I'm going to say 99.9% of stock traders, guess what they do? They go on Twitter and they type in, what is the best stock today? Oh, my favorite guy. He told me to buy XYZ today. Oh, okay, I'm buying XYZ today. Hey, why'd you buy XYZ? Oh, I don't know. There's some guy that I like to follow on Twitter. His name's Kangaroo Trades. Oh, Kangaroo Trades. Yeah, I like to, again, follow him too. Yeah, he told me to buy stock XYZ. We're all buying XYZ. Traders, if that's what you do, you deserve to lose. If that's what you do and you are not profitable, that's why. Right? You can easily just put the odds in your favor. Look for low float stocks that have credibility, that have press releases, that are gaining volume, that are building higher lows. Boom! We're going to have such a better chance of success. It blows my mind, people. Right? How lazy we are. We could literally, if we are on the lazier side, and hey, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm lazy as well. Just wake up and have, again, the news scanner, and it just tells you what's the hottest place. Right? But again, from here, at least we can get a great starting point on what's hot. CJTE's hot. HCTI's hot. Quantum news. Private placement news. Hey, what else is spiking without news? Okay, we have these plays. Hey, I've seen, again, whatever. You know, you can dive into all this, right? So the thing is, at least just start getting these, you know, a little bit of forward movement on your own. Come on. AKAN, a little bit of hype, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of spiking, a little bit of spice, a little bit of action, a little bit of love, a little bit of coziness, a little bit of snuggling. Little bit of Dek, I like the thumbnail picture today. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, if anyone is wondering how I got this all set up like this, so this hand right here, this is actually my hand. I'm very committed. Last night I just grabbed a hammer out of my garage and I just pounded my hand for hours upon hours until it turned that color. And then again, I went over to my camera and took this picture. Some people are like, "Oh, Dek, you didn't Photoshop it. You didn't again just change your color of your hand." No, guys, I'm not. I'm taking physical pain for you every single morning. So that's again, I like to go the extra mile. Some people like to cheat and kind of use all these different softwares. I like to just go ahead and absolutely abuse my body for 8 hours straight just to get a YouTube thumbnail for hopefully a couple people you guys watch and hit the thumbs on up. Yeah, I'm pretty committed to the life. Right now, team AKAN. A little bit of spike. AKAN, a little bit of spike. Dek, any sort of news that we see here? Again, always just double check. Just type in AKAN, scroll on down, go over to news. 8:01 a.m. We did have, again, a couple of filings. We had a 6K filing came on out and a 424B3 form come on out. So there were 2 filings this morning. So there was no actual news, but we did have filings come on out, leading towards, you know, AKAN right now getting this hype.
Into scripture. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Here we go. I've had a freaking eyelash stuck in my eyeball, just kind of like turned in, just absolutely poking my corneas for the last 45 minutes since I woke up. And again, this shouldn't be happening. When you're sleeping on an ultra soft goose feather, Tempur-Pedic shipped over from, again, Italia, Milan, it shouldn't be, again, where I sleep and all of a sudden I wake up and my eyelashes are curled in, scraping up my corneas. So right here, 949 here, team. Let's see what happens over on AKAN. Dek, AKAN. Let's say we open on up, the stock starts spiking. What can we be looking for? You know, again, we're still looking for the mob play. If you want to, you can look for a little bit of a dip buy, you know, and then see if this one could take on off. AKAN is going to be opening up in about 3 seconds here. Let's see what we can do. AKN is live right now. AKN is live, starting to squeeze, and it's only 730K in float. Guys, do you not realize how low that is on the float scale? 700,000 shares available to trade. That's extremely low. Right now, AKN is trying to continue to move on up. Anyone want to gamble a little bit? I mean, AKN, what do you have? You got a low float stock trying to build. AKN at this moment, no news whatsoever. Did have a filing this morning, but now this stock is still trying to squeeze and push. Dek, you're going to short this one? I don't feel comfortable shorting it. When you have that low of a float, and let's just say everyone who's watching the stream buys AKAN, what do you think is going to happen on this play, right? Now, I am not in any shape or form telling you to buy AKAN, but this is what happens when you have a low float, okay? Think about it like this. So low floats, why they're so important to us every single morning, is the float is going to be the supply. So let's imagine this is the supply, and let's imagine we have 2 stocks, okay? We have 2 stocks. We have this low float supply, and we are going to have this, which is going to be our large float supply. Now let's imagine, traders, if this was a boulder. Which boulder is easier to move? The smaller one or the much larger one? That's an easy way to think about it. Think about low float and large float as essentially which one is going to be faster. Let's imagine if there were 2 human body types. You would have a low float looking like this. Someone who looks like an ultra marathon runner. Someone who is very skinny, does not have any sort of fat on them whatsoever. Very light. You could, again, go ahead and push them. They're fast. They're run. What would, again, be a larger float? A larger float is going to be someone who is going to be massive. Someone who is going to be very tough to move, right? Someone who is saying to themselves, hey, you know what? I am currently 7,000 pounds. Maybe like a lineman over on an NFL team. Right? This is, again, going to be a larger float. Larger float is just more supply. It's going to take more to eat up at it. Right? So how does this work in stock trading? In stock trading, let's imagine this, the example, as in the housing market. In the housing market, let's say that there are 20 people, let's say times 20, that all want to purchase the same exact house. 20 people all want to purchase the same exact house. This house right now goes for $250,000. This guy goes, I'll give you $250,000. This guy goes, I'll give you $300,000 in cash. This guy goes, no, I'll give you $325,000 in cash. Out of the other 15 people, maybe again someone says, I will give you $450,000 in cash right now if you take my offer. The sellers go, okay, I'm taking that guy's offer. Guess what happened? We just went from a $250,000 home to $450,000 because there's only one home on the market. There's 20 people who want that home, so the price increased dramatically. Think about that now as AKAN. AKAN, the stock is increasing dramatically. Why is it increasing dramatically? Well, when you guys take a look over on AKAN right now, it's a very low float. There's only 730,000 shares on it. And right now, guess what we have? Well, we have 632,000 of that 700 traded. So the way I think about it a lot of times, guys, and this is not the correct definition, so don't please hold me towards this, but a very simple thing that I like to do is I like to think about the volume as like people, okay? So when I take a look over on AKAN, and again, this is not the correct definition, but it's the way I think about it just to make it easy, is I say on a normal day, 142,000 people trade AKAN. Today, we are already 5 times above that. 5 times its average volume do we have, again, people trading this stock. So the thing is, team, we have, again, we're eating up that float very quickly right now. There's, again, what do we have at this time? AKAN trying to move itself on up. We did have, again, a nice, rip and run at this moment. Stock is currently halted, could possibly start spiking even more. So AKAN, another play that we want to continuously keep our eyes peeled on and just see if this one is going to be able to get that momentum. Now, Dek, what are the odds of this one dumping? Same exact odds as we saw in the last play, whatever that one was. RAVL, whatever it was. So, just want to make sure every single person is aware that these plays obviously can spike and dump just as fast. But this is also why every single day I only look for low float plays. So like over on Fox Runner, my scanners here, guys, notice I'm only looking for, again, 0 to 20 million in float. I'm only looking for lower float stocks. You know, if I did every single play, I would get so much. But again, notice how everything is on the blue side. The dark blue, the light blue. Those are all lower float stocks, which means they're going to be better chances of me to be able to have success, to be able to make money. Right? All right, guys, let's see what happens over on AKAN. AKAN, low float play, does not have credibility, but this is where the mob is moving. If you want to, I would say look for dip buys, maybe back down towards like 560. I would say, again, maybe a 569 dip buy, 560. We can make some money, and then maybe shoot itself back on up. Oh, and we're going into another 5-minute hold here. So, let's continue. Keeping our eyes peeled, see what we have. Anything going on with C-Jet so far? Nothing on C-Jet. Anything going on RVYL right now? Nothing on RVYL. AKAN, 730K in float, lowest float stock. HCTI. HCTI slowly trying to build. GLGX trying to watch. BYND, not too much. All right, awesome. So right now, team, there's nothing we're missing. We know tomorrow is a big day over on Tesla, right? We're keeping our eyes peeled over on that. And how's the LAC? The government purchased into some LAC. LAC is just fading and falling at this time as well. So there is no play that's spiking. I have not traded yet today. I've actually been averaging, though, I think like, what, 7 trades per day? I think that's been my average. Let's see here. Yesterday, how many trades did I have? Yesterday, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tickers that I traded. And I usually trade them a few times, so about 6 different trades. The day before that, CLGN, that was only 1 trade. How many trades was this here? This trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different trades as well. Let's keep scrolling on down here. I think I've been averaging like 5 to 6 trades per day. DWTX, that was just 1 trade, $503. Nothing wrong with that. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 trades over on AQMS, and then BIF was 1 trade. So yeah, probably about averaging, I'm going to say 5 trades per day. Because there is some days that I only do 1 or 2, but then there's other days I do like 7. So I'd say like probably 4 to 5 trades per day is my average. AKAN. Staying alert, staying ready. 3 minutes until this market opens on up right here. And obviously every single person, we're getting ourselves jacked on up. Getting ourselves ready to rock and roll. Tomorrow is the big day, ladies and gentlemen. So again, tomorrow, New York City Trader Takeover. I will see you guys over on the rooftop. You guys come up to me. We're going to be ordering nachos. You and I are going to order a couple brojitos. You and I are going to be slamming down a few different mozzarella sticks. You and I. It's going to be a good time. So I hope to see every single person there tomorrow. New York City, a.k.a. the Windy City, a.k.a. the city of brotherly love, a.k.a. the Mile High City, the city of angels, the Steel City, the Motor City, the city of bridges, the Sunshine State, New York City, baby. Tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. A lot of nicknames for that city. The Concrete Forest. Deck, how come you're not YouTubing every day? Because I'm live on Tradecaster every day. Every day I'm live with my community. Every single day I'm live with, again, the traders that are part of our community right here and right now. So again, I can't go live on YouTube every single day, but I am live every day. If you guys want to join our community, we do have a free 7-day pass. So free 7-day pass if you guys want to join our community, watch me stream every single day, be part of the 500 members that, again, absolutely rock. And again, continue to keep it going. So every single day we're live streaming. Every single day we do this with our chat, going over all the plays, live trading, doing entries, doing exits, all the good stuff. If you guys want a free 7-day pass, go ahead and check that on out right there. right now, team. Let's see what we got in the next 1 minute. Dek, I don't think you know, but those really aren't the nicknames for New York City. Thanks, guys. Thanks for, again, pointing out the obvious. You think I don't know, again, the Big Apple? You think I don't know, again, it's not called the Mile High City? Thanks. Coming out here, the Debbie Downer on a Wednesday. Let's get some life. Let's get some positivity. All I want to do is trade. Maybe I'm getting a little grumpy right now. Because you know what? I haven't laid out my shares at this moment. All I want to do is jump in on these digital world and get my shares involved. AKAN. Let's see what AKAN's going to do. Thinking possible dip buy right back on down near the VWAP. Possible dip buy maybe right back on down towards the VWAP. That's 556. Could be getting filled anywhere from 560 to 570. Let's see here. Let's see if we get ourselves involved. Let's see if we can have some fun. Let's see if we're going to be able to crush it. Come on now. Come on, AKAN. Let's get a little crazy. Let's get a little frisky. Let's have some fun with a little dip buy, huh? Guys, we're live. Woo! Big gap up right there. We are live with a big old gap up. This thing is still going. So, guys, AKAN ain't slowing on down. AKAN still going on up. Big gap up at this time. I would say if you're looking for a pullback, maybe pull back down in the 640s. 640 pullback area. If you want to see a nice little drop, try to get filled in some bottom areas. 640, 634, 6 again, 29, 28. Looking for, again, like areas that I can feel somewhat confident about. Pull the trigger. Make some money here. So I'm trying to load the boat, a little bit, lower. Maybe like right back on down towards that, where we opened on up on this play. So I'm going to look to see if we can get a nice red candle back on down to the lower $6 mark. But if this thing keeps on going, we're going up towards $8 here soon. Jay Sniggle, Dek, I've been part of your community since 2016. She's Louise, Jay Sniggle. Jay Sniggle, you have been with me for the last 10 years. And I do just want to say thank you so much for your commitment. And I think for your commitment, I should get you a gift. What should we get Jay Sniggle as a 10-year commitment gift? A brand new Honda Civic? A brand new Toyota Tundra? I mean, at 10 years, you and I. See what we can do. See what we can do. Guys, AKAN still trying to go. This play AKAN here. Keeping our eyes peeled, staying alert, staying ready, watching and waiting. I want to see what AKAN is going to be doing next here. So, team, this is obviously where the buying volume's at. I don't feel comfortable going against the grain here over on AKAN. So, yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. I see people saying, Dek, I've been with you for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. So, again, you guys have been with me for a very long time. You guys have seen me on my ups and my downs. You guys have seen me turn into the man that I've turned into today. You guys saw me go through puberty. You guys saw me mature. You guys see me again, who I am at this moment. You have seen me grow facial hair, little chest hair. You have seen me be able to go from, again, only benching 225 all the way up to 335. You have seen me go from 20-inch vertical leap to 40. You have seen me dunk a basketball. You have seen me learn Spanish and Italian. You have seen me go through my different relationships until I found the woman I love. You and I are close. Closer than you think. So, man, what a good time. What a good time. If you have been here over 5 years, come on out to the wedding. Come on out to the wedding. Sit on down. We'll have Claire give you a nice comfy chair, and we'll celebrate you on my wedding day. How does that sound? I'll celebrate you. C-Jet right now. AKAN. Guys, AKAN by far the number one play. Dek, when you proposing to all of us, it's going to take some time. That's a life of monogamy. Is that what it is? Is that where you have multiple lovers and your wife doesn't know? Is that what monogamy is? I don't think so. I think that's just called having an affair. Okay, never mind. We're not doing that. Especially because 95% of you guys are dudes, which again is perfectly fine nowadays. If you're into having an affair with dudes, I might be getting off track a little bit. Let's focus on some stocks, please. AKAN. 2 minutes until the market opens on up. Okay? 2 minutes until the market is now live. AKAN right now, traders. Let's see. This one has a lot of potential to keep going up towards around like that 875 mark. So traders, let's be honest with each other. Let's be up front with each other. AKAN going from $5 up towards around $8. Now, AKAN did have a press release, as we talked about. It had a filing press release, and it does have a spotlight press release. It's not any drug trials. It's nothing new. But what it really comes on down to is there is attention. There's multiple focus, chat rooms, communities, all eyes over on AKAN. Why? Because it's making people money. So people want to continue to trade it. Now, also on top of that, AKAN's only 730,000 in float. We have a low float stock right now. We have a low float play. And people are saying to themselves, you know what? It's a low float stock, 730K. It's making traders money. It's up 80%. I want to get myself involved into it. So a lot of people are getting themselves involved on the stock, hoping that it goes up higher. So traders, just for the instance, remember, we talked about having the right mindset from before, the correct mindset. If I came up to you and I said, hey, are you going to buy AKAN? And you said, yes, I am. And you said, why? And then you said, well, I'm going to buy it because everyone else is buying it. I'm going to buy it because it's up 80%. I think it's going to go higher. That you are probably going to end up losing, right? You're in the wrong mindset. If I came up to you and said, okay, you're going to buy AKN, and they say yes, and they say, I know it's risky. I know I'm buying a stock up 80% with no news. I know the stock is extremely volatile. I know this play could easily dump down towards around 650. But I do believe since it's one of the only options, it's almost a process of elimination where now we don't have CJET or we don't have RVYL. And this might be the only play that people are going to get themselves involved in. I know it's risk, but I know there's also high reward up to $8.75, $10. That's the right answer then. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, we're live. We are live. And it's getting halted, almost halted on the downside. Guys, I will look for dip buys in the 6s. I'm going to look for dip buys in the 650s if we can come down that low. All right? So if this stock does get that drop, you can get that dip buy in the 6s. We just came on down towards the VWAP. Notice again, look at this bounce right here. AKAN, look at the dip buy bounce right off the VWAP. I'm going to try to play safer. I'm going to play safer back down to like this orange line. I'm going to turn this into a blue line here. I just feel more confident entering there, but we are still trying to squeeze. Are we about to get halted once again here, team? AKAN had the dip buy back down to 715, just got halted towards the high 815 mark. Almost halted again here. Still going. Now, traders, what's big? Let's again go check this on out. AKAN, this was at 950, so this was like 20 minutes ago. It says halted 739K in float. First Tower's growth puts Wakanda. No, I was thinking of Wakanda, the Black Panther. First Tower's growth puts Wakanda Corp scarce float in the spotlight. So it says, okay, so this was a legit press release that came on out. So it says owning shares in most small caps can feel like a lottery ticket where the odds of winning are 1 in a million. Many fled the markets with paper leaving individual owner positions barely registering. We have AKN flip the script. With roughly 328,000 shares outstanding in its reverse split, its float is one of the leanest on the NASDAQ. That kind of scarcity doesn't just stand out. It ensures every operational milestone carries amplified weight. And Wakanda isn't wasting it. On September 30th, the company spotlights significant operation progress its 100% owned subsidiaries. First Towers owned FTF, a recognized leader in Mexico telecom build-out. Aconda's highlighted FTF expanding role and preferred contractor in the country's largest public-private infrastructure project. Okay. So basically, right now, what do we have? What do you have right now at this moment? That again, AKAN. The article is saying this is a very low float stock. And you know what? Each thing it does has massive weight. But they got, again, a lot of good things going on in Mexico. Good things going on in Mexico. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Me llamo. Me llamo. Come. Right now, we got AKAN. See what we can do here. I've been practicing. I've been on my Duolingo. No need to compliment me. No need to say, Dek, you sound fluent. Dek, were you born again down in the deep south? No reason to say that right now. I got you. We're working on it. We're on level 12. Muy bien. Feeling good. AKN looks like it's going to continue to move. Again, we got room to run up towards that 875 mark. Right here, traders. We got 10-11 in the markets. AKAN still trying to push its way on up. Did get a little dip buy off that VWAP area. I do suggest, though, you know, when you guys are in the green, take your profits when you have them. All right, here, people. Let's get ready. We got 45 seconds. 45 seconds until the next press release. 45 seconds until the next wave. 45 seconds until the next opportunity. AKAN. Dek, could you short this play as well? I'm a little nervous to short it. I'm just being honest with you. I am. I'm a little bit nervous to short this play. I'm a little bit nervous to get involved on this play over on AKAN on the short side because I just don't know how much higher this thing's going to go. Right? I can check to see like how much shorts are, though. But this stock is about to open up here, team, in 10 seconds. So just a little heads on up. Stock opening up in 5 seconds here, guys. I just want to see how much shorts are over on AKAN if I want them. We are live. AKN. Not that expensive, to be honest. AKN comes out to about $70 for shorts. Anyone interested on grabbing some shorts potentially in the future here? And this is a stock that's still just trying to build. It's a stock that's moving its way on up. A stock that definitely has some hype. Stock that's still trying to go on up here. I'm going to say inquire for about 1,500 shares. 1,500 shares here. AKAN. There's that 875 mark. And we're still going. I'm not shorting, guys. You guys can see right here. Position. Everything is still set. I wouldn't short probably until we get closer to 10 bucks. If we ever start getting closer to like $9.90, $10, $10.15, like right now, we got room to run. It's still going. It's still going. It's still looking good. Here's a quick little pullback. Still trying to stay alive. We have room to run up to 948 at this moment. I would say like 990 could be a good little shorting area. AKAN though, still moving itself. Still has gone from $5 all the way up to $9. A little bit of a pullback. Dek, where would you get filled? If I wanted to get filled on this play, I would still be looking in the 6s. Like if I wanted to get a dip buy, just because I know how hard this can turn and dump, I would short near $10, dip buy back on down towards around the $6 mark. Now again, both those areas are still pretty far away, but at least I know I'm getting in at great odds. If we spike up near $10 and I short it, I'm shorting after almost a 100% spike on a stock that has an extremely low float that could easily turn and dump. If the stock dumps another $1.50, $2, I know again there's a great chance of a possible bounce play. We're getting close to that Holt area though. Let's see if we can keep on crashing here. I want to see if the Holt area can keep moving on down. Go on down to 710. Go on down, try to get filled, very low. That's what we want. If we're going to get filled on a dip buy, we want to get filled low. This really has been the only play available for us today so far. Another bounce play off the VWAP. Look how good the VWAP's been, guys. Little heads on up. Look at the black squiggly line. The VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. It's one of the best support lines and resistance lines that you can use on your intraday charting. So for anyone who does not use it, I highly suggest using the VWAP, this black squiggly line. Notice the VWAP, for anyone who does not know, basically just tells you where the stock is considered bullish and where the stock is considered bearish. It basically just gives us a great mentality of where we should be focused. So like right now, AKAN, is it more bullish or bearish? It's more bullish. It's above the VWAP, holding above the VWAP, and having multiple bounces off the VWAP. Get what I'm saying now? So AKN still again holding up very well, very solid. Room to run up near around that $10 mark. Kind of just waiting, sitting back like a spy at this moment. Looks like we're setting ourselves up in a little bit of a bull flag setup. Watch for a couple pops back up towards 920 and then rejection. We do got this bull flag setup right now. You might get a couple pops back up towards like 910, 920 before the bull flag actually happens. If you want to look for quick shorts, 910, 920 back down towards like 860. 910, 920 back down towards 860. We're still a little early in the bull flag. You probably could also get another dip buy if you wanted to off the VWAP. So you could get another dip buy if you want to off that VWAP area. Bull flag setup right now over on AKAN. AKAN. If you want to get the dip buy, it's either 810-ish, or again, you go back on down towards like 775 if you like the dip buy better. We definitely have a little negative momentum. Bull flag setup, Dek. What do you mean by a bull flag? Bull flag setup is essentially this, for anyone who does not know. Bull flag setup is when you're going to have this type of play. You're going to have a stock spike its way on up, and then it consolidates where it gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And what you essentially have here is you have a downtrend while you also have an uptrend at the same time. And what's happening is all of this volume is getting squeezed in this area. And what usually happens is it gets squeezed and then explodes to the upside. Sometimes it could squeeze and explode to the downside. Imagine if you grabbed a balloon, right? You grabbed a balloon and a water balloon. Let's imagine you have a water balloon and you squeeze the water balloon at the middle. All the water goes to the top side or all the water goes to the bottom side. But if you keep squeezing it, especially if you squeeze it lower, if you squeeze it higher, guess what? It might pop to the bottom or it might pop to the top because you're pushing all of that water up or down. Same exact thing what's happening right now. We have all of this volume over on AKAN, and AKAN might get, again, cracked on towards the bottom side or, again, spike its way back on up. So right now you can see it's getting a little bit of that crack right here. So AKAN getting a little bit of that crack. So we got a lot of potential here. Holton down, baby. Holted right back on down. Holted fading, dropping, getting weaker. But this, I mean, guys, we've been all over the #1 top gainer all day. I mean, the thing is, I'm trying to give you different ideas, a different game plan if you want to trade today. Obviously, I want to pull the trigger, but I definitely don't want to do it on the gambly side. I want to try to be as smart and as safe as I could be. I want to do things right. And, you know, kind of throw out there that, you know, all trading today is going to be slightly risky. We are on a 7-day winning streak. We've been able to make collectively over nearly $4,000 over the past week just by, again, you know, making money every single day, averaging right around $900. So the thing is, like, we're making good money. I don't want to throw it away on some dumb trade just because I'm live and you know, people are like, oh, trade stocks, Dek, right? I want to do things right. And again, if it's one trade I make today and I make $400, that's great, right? Sometimes, again, it's not a race. If the bell rings at 4:30 and I'm at $400, I'm leaving with $400. Now, is it nice to make $400 before the time of 9:30 today? Sure. It's great to be able to make money before the market opens. It's great to make money in pre-market. It's great to be able to get involved and be done on the day before 9:30. At the same time, though, if you're not, it's okay. It just depends on what is happening at the end. If you are, again, in the profit by 4 o'clock at the bell, that's when that money's yours. Team, just want to throw out a couple different things for you guys as well. A lot of people always say, Dek, what broker are you using? Again, as you guys know, my broker right here is Cobra Trading. Probably the best broker I've ever used in my life. They have shorts on nearly every single thing out there. You guys can sign up, get free commissions your first month, and 50% off for life. You also get a free platform, and if you do not have $25,000, guess what? That's okay. You can use Venom. Next on up, number 2. Dek, how do you find your news every single day? As you guys know, I use every day FoxRunner. FoxRunner is literally my favorite tool, my favorite scanner that I use every single day. When you guys see me posting all the news over on my over on Twitter and whatnot, I'm getting it as it comes out in real time over on FoxRunner. Number 3, Dek, what are you? What is your charting? All of my charting over here is with Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is my charting. You guys can type in the word Dekmar trades and get 15% off over on all charting, so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Number 3, you guys know, again, we do have the AI trading journal. So if you guys do not have a trading journal, this is the best one that I have ever found and came across. You guys can type in the word 14-day, capital D. So what I can do right here, show you right here. Show you the word 14-D-A-Y. 14-day. Guess what? You now have a 14-day pass. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that on out so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Last but not least, you guys do have a free 7-day pass to be able to watch me live trade every day. Or if you want to upgrade your subscription, you guys can over on tradecaster.com. The one last thing I do want to add as well is, again, if you guys are ever looking for a prop firm, you guys know where I always go. One Stop Prop. So again, One Stop Prop, best prop firm I know. Always have been great. They have free competitions, things along those lines. And we always like, you know, using them whenever we are trading a prop firm. So you guys can go ahead, check those guys on out over there. So just wanted to, again, take this whole time, spend the last 4 minutes, go over everything so that you guys are all set. Again, Trade Ideas, there is no free 7-day pass. There is nothing like that. So Trade Ideas, you can get 15% off using Dekmar trades. FoxRunner is free. You can use the free platform. I don't. I use the premium platform. But when you sign up, you also do get a free 30-day pass. The broker, you get 50% off commissions for life after free month of software and free commissions. And then One Stop Prop is always having different deals and such. Also, again, the trade path, you guys do get a free 14-day pass. So, a lot of cool stuff. Go check it on out. It's all free, or at least most of it. 95% of that stuff is all free. That's all I use. If anyone's like, Dek, what do you use for Bollinger Bands? I don't use that. Dek, what do you use for future? I don't do that. Those are the only things I use. What I just put is literally all my equipment. So, people ask me every day, what are the things that you use? That's it. If you have those things, you don't need anything else. I truly believe that. If you have Cobra, you don't need anything else. If you have Trade Ideas, you don't need anything else. If you have FoxRunner, you don't need anything else. If you're part of our community, you don't need anything else. AKN. Guys, AKN's going to be opening on up. I'm still looking for dip buys in the mid-6s. Little heads up for you guys. Still looking for dip buys in the mid sixes if AKN can get it. AKN, we are live. Next hold down area is 716. I'm still looking for the low mid sixes dip buy if we can get it. If AKN starts catching fire and we start re-breaking 875, things can go nuts. I will say this, guys. AKN, we have a little bit of a downtrend forming here. If you are interested on the shorting side, 870 area is the next short. If you're interested if you're interested still on shorts, you want to make sure you hold this downtrend. This downtrend will put you right around like 870. Okay? So I actually don't even mind looking for that as well, as long as you have a stop loss. 855. Go ahead and look for shorts. 858. Short. 868 or 865. Short. 871. Short. 878. Short. So I would say, again, if you can surround like that 870-ish mark, I do think that could be a very solid area to do a shorting position, just because this downtrend should hold up now as resistance. This downtrend should hold up as continuous resistance over on this play. So if I can ever get filled on a little pop up towards this line here, I will look to be able to say, all right, hey, let me go ahead and try to make some money. So right now here, team, that's what I'd be looking for. That's what I'd be focused on. Looking for these shorts if this thing ever came back on up and got a little bit of that touch up towards that red line. If it does dump, next dip buy again in the 660s is what I like. But again, what I'd be looking for, and again, I don't like to make things confusing. I like, the thing is, I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I can sit here if you want me to and say the most confusing words that people are just going to get lost. Or I can just make it very easy. And if you said, Dek, why are you looking for a short right now? I'm just going to explain it like this. As of now, AKN is currently up 80%. AKN is the number one top gainer on the day. AKN is where the majority of stock traders are looking. If we want to make money on this play, we're probably going to want to look on the downside. This is a play that seems like it's starting to turn and fade, and what I would do is carry out this downtrend. We peaked where we had top resistance here. We peaked where we had top resistance here. All I'm going to do is carry this on out and say, okay, if we do get a pop back on up, we should have resistance here or resistance here. Now, as we can see, we're still dropping on down. We're still getting weaker. So what would actually be a better chance for us? Now, what I would say is let's still look for those possible dip buys and bounce plays. Those dip buys and bounce plays would be where the old Holt areas are. Old Holt areas usually hold up as new support and new support areas for possible dip buys. So we actually got unholted at around the price. I believe it's 650. Let me turn off the VWAP real quick so I can see this a little bit better. Remove here. And yeah. So what I'm looking at is, I would say, look at lower shadows. This lower shadow, or you're going to look at the body and this lower shadow. So there's two areas where I think AKN is going to get a dip buy. It's either going to be right around 645 or it's going to be right around that 670-ish mark. Those are the two areas that I believe are going to be the best bet for a possible dip buy, for a possible bounce. And if you guys do get these areas, I think there's a great chance that you guys get a dip buy and a bounce play. Just because if we go from $9 down towards $6.50, people are going to say, wow, we just fell $3. Okay, hey, we just fell $3. I think, again, it's going to bounce back up to $6.90. If you get $6.50, 1,000 shares, and it goes back up to $6.90, that's a $400 profit. So we don't need to nail $6 up to $10. If we do and make $4,000, that's incredible. But a lot of times, if we, again, just try to play it as smart as we can and say, wait a minute, the stock went from $5 to $9. Now it's gone from $9 to $6. It's given back nearly 55-60% of its gains. People are going to see this as what we call a dead cat bounce play, where it's essentially so cheap on the hottest play of the day, other people are going to move in for a dip buy as well. So that's what I would be saying. So it's more of slightly more risk, and again, least risk. Least risk is, again, 650 or lower. Okay? So it does not seem like we're going to be able to get filled on the top side. If you want to get filled on the bottom side, you definitely can. Or if you want to just say, hey, Dek, you know what? I'm going to short this right when this opens. You can do that as well. But now you're kind of reversing your risk. Remember, when you want to go ahead and get a short, you want to try to get it at the high of the day. Because the high of the day, this is the issue, team. And again, we got 3 minutes here. But I just want to be honest because it kind of blows my mind how many people get this wrong. The reason why 99% of stock traders lose, and this is literally it, guys. There's no secret sauce here. This is why 99% of stock traders lose. And you might be part of this category. But the reason why every single stock trader loses is because they see this. Stock XYZ is going to be the #1 top gainer on the day. And you see that the stock is spiking and moving and ripping and running. And you see that it's moving. But you're a little bit too nervous to buy in right here. You say, I don't want to buy in right here. Then the stock starts going up a little bit higher and a little bit higher, and you start saying, oh man, the stock is spiking, it's getting, oh man, that person just made so much money. Okay, I gotta jump in on it. The stock is moving. Now again, you feel FOMO. You're saying, okay, it's spiking so much, I gotta jump in on it. And you jump in right here. But what's happening? You are jumping in on a stock that has already spiked 112%. Well, what's the only likely outcome that's going to happen? Is now the stock is going to start turning and falling and fading and dropping. And now this is where you say, this is bullshit. Every time I go ahead and buy a stock, it falls. This sucks. It sucks. And you say, every time. And then the stock is fading and falling and dropping. And you say, you know what? Fine. You know, Dek always talks about shorting. Let me go ahead and short this play. But now again, you say, all right, it's falling, it's fading, it's done. Now again, let me go ahead and short it. And you short it right here. And then guess what happens? All of a sudden, it starts getting a bounce play. And you start saying, no! Damn it. Right? I mean, hey guys, how many times have you guys ever done this? Because what happens? What happens is, again, you have not trained your mind correctly as a stock trader yet. When you see a stock spike 100% in the matter of 30 minutes, the chances are it is going to have a very strong pullback soon because it spiked 100%. Right? Imagine if someone ran 10 miles. The odds are they are going to have to take a rest here pretty soon. Not, oh, hey, go do another 10 miles because you just ran 10 miles. The thing is, as a new trader, we again always look at our visual sense, our eyes. We say the stock is up so big, it's going to keep going up higher. No, the stock is up so big, it's about to collapse here soon. Then once the stock starts falling, we wait until a crash happens. And once we have the crash has happened, now we feel good. Now we confirm the crash has happened. Let me go short. No, you have to short when the crash hasn't happened yet. When you wait for the crash, you are now shorting after the crash has happened. And now you say, oh, hey, let me go do it. It's the same exact thing as, let's say, the housing market back in 2021. Hey, let me buy a house, because I know houses are going to make you money. And you buy at the very highest point of the housing market possible, right? It's like, no, you had to be in before that. So if you want to make money as a buyer, you have to get in early for the run on up. If you want to make money as a shorter, you have to short it at the top. But if you are a person who is waiting for the very tippity top and then buying, you're going to lose all day. And if you wait for a person to sell on off to get involved into it, you're going to lose on the short side as well. So the thing is, no one's watching you trade. You are just constantly waiting until you visually see what you want, and then you pull the trigger, which means it's too late. Right now here, team, let's see if we get that pullback back on down. Let's see if we get that pullback. Let's see if we get that drop. Let's see if we get that weakness. Let's see if we get that crash all the way back on down towards the end of those bottoms. And I mean, we could go all the way down towards around 650, as I said. I would like to see this play all the way back on down, getting that weakness, keep on crashing. I want to see it, all the way down towards, 670, 660, 650, 640. Get that drop, get that fade. I like the bottom blue line better. The top blue line is right around 675. And again, you can also spread out orders. 250 shares at 670, and 250 shares at 660, right? Spread them out if you want to. Well, let's see if this thing can keep on fading here. Keep on fading before we get our green candle. Right now here, team. Let's see if this thing is going to keep on dropping. Danny! Dek, I bought 500 shares of Tesla at 390. She's Louise, buddy. She's Louise. Hey, Danny, enjoy it, man. That's what I love to see. I love being inspired. I hope I inspire you guys when I trade live in front of you. I hope I inspire you with my gains every day. But I love when you guys inspire me. I will say that. Let's see if we get that little crack. Again, we want that nice lower shadow. 660s, 650s here. Let that one keep on fading on down. Give it some time here, baby. And again, we're not chasing a top. We're looking for a dip buy and a bottom. How many times have you ever seen, again, a stock spike up so high and everyone says, oh, you're in early? You know, how many times have you seen AKN go from $4 up to $9 and you go over on social media and they say, guys, $9, you're in early. Trust me. Trust me, guys. I have zero, again, experience. But again, trust me, you're in early. I got a good feeling about this. My uncle's cousin's gay lover's wife's boyfriend told me, again, AKN is going to go up to $55 today. You're in early. Again, when the stock's already up 120%. And now guess what's happening? Now everyone says, oh, AKN sucks. AKN done with it. Oh, AKN move on from it. No, this is the time you get your dip buy, right? So again, my rule of thumb is once everyone says you're in early because the stock is up 200%, get ready for a short. My rule of thumb is when everyone says, oh, the stock sucks, it's over with, get ready for a dip buy. Right now, AKN, we're still waiting for that nice lower shadow if we can get it. We want that crack lower shadow on down. Crack and lower shadow on down is what we want. See if we can get it. And it wouldn't be a massive dip buy either. You know, what we'd like to do is like a 640, 650 back up to $7. 1,000, 2,000 shares could be like $600. But notice again, it's trying. Did anyone get a dip buy in the 680s? 680 mark? That's been the first little lower shadow area. So it's more bouncing right now off that first blue line, right? First blue line, bounce. Blue line right here, bounce. So it's definitely trying right now at this moment. Team, is there anything we're missing? Anything going crazy right now? Let's go through the top gainers on the day. C-Jet, #1 top gainer this morning in pre-market, has done nothing but fade and fall. RVYL, nothing. AKAN, guys, it's our stock right now, trying to get that bounce play, trying to move. APLT, slow and steady over on APLT. We haven't seen anything amazing, though, and that's been the issue. No amazing plays, no amazing spikers, no amazing rippers and runners here. AKAN, I'm waiting again, as I said, to 650 or lower, most likely. 650 or lower is where I want my dips. So now it's coming on down. I want my drop here, baby. I'm not getting involved onto this until it's close to that LULD, until it's close to the LD Holt area. 637 is the next Holt on the downside. I have no problem being patient. No problem waiting for more fading. If a stock goes all the way from the price of $450 to $950 and we drop back on down towards, again, $650 or lower, we are waiting essentially for a 60% pullback from the highs before we get ourselves involved into it, where, again, we should be able to see more buyers move in as well. Right now, it's getting that little bounce off 670. If you guys, again, first blue line, some traders are moving in right now. And again, that's the old Holt area, real body of the candle and lower shadow of the candle. So it's definitely trying to find some sort of support right there. Absolutely. NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, trying to make some moves on up. And that's the thing, guys. I mean, like right now, Tesla's moving its way on up in preparation for tomorrow. People are very excited about tomorrow. On top of that, AMD moving its way on up. Guys, even the S&P 500 is moving its way on up. The government is shut down right now, and we're still moving our way on up. So, like, the government shutdown really isn't that big of a deal. Just a little heads on up. The government shutdown really isn't. It's not really that big of a deal. AKN, still my favorite play that we are going to be watching. Little heads up for every single person. We are going to be trading nonstop in the spooky season of October. We don't have any name for November, but then we do have end of the year December, baby. December, one of our go-to. Great time, a lot of fun, money making for all. The 25 days of December. Right now, AKAN trying to push its way on up. Or excuse me, come back down towards our areas. And again, I'm still looking for those little bottom drops here. AKAN. AKN, guys, I'm going to add right here. I'm going to look for, again, dip buys in the low 620s, 630s. I'm going to get my first little dip buys. And again, I'm not going to go massive on this, but I am going to give this a chance. This is the area that I've been waiting for. As you guys know, this is the area that I've been watching. This is the area that I've been waiting for. I'm going to go, again, 500 shares here. Try to make 200, 250 bucks. See what I can do over on this play. But right now, I am in first trade of the day. First trade of the day, waited for about a 60% pullback over on the stock. Buying in on this play after it's gone from 930, crashing on down towards around that 640, 630-ish mark. So again, waiting for a very nice drop, but again, looking for a possible dip buy opportunity. Second blue line, not chasing the tops, looking for, again, bounces and, again, opportunities for us to be able to have success down low. Only 500 shares at this moment. If it bounces, great. I will allow this to go on down towards like 610 though as well. So I will add to this if we do get any more like cracking or fading. Again, we haven't had one steady green candle just yet either though. So right now, just sitting on this play, barely up in the green, currently up $44. Let's see if we can move back up towards 675, 680. And if we can go back up to 675 or 680, we could be able to make a little bit of money as well. But as I said, I'm not going to go huge here, team. I'm not going to go big. I'm not going to go ginormous on any play right now. Deck, why not? Because again, AKN's still a risky play. I don't want to go 4,000 shares on this type of play. This one could still go on down towards $6 or so. But I am going to probably add if we get little cracks here and there, because I do expect a green candle coming up here relatively soon. But again, my most important thing is to make sure I'm getting in near lows. I like to get in where I don't have much risk. Now, that does not mean you can't lose money, but I like to, again, getting in where I have limited risk, where I'm getting in near limited opportunities where the stock is going to continuously fade and fall. I like where, again, after a stock has fallen 55, 60%, that there's a better chance that buyers are going to say, hey, you know what? This is so cheap now. Let me go ahead and give it a chance. This is so cheap now. Let me see if I can be able to make a little bit of cash. And if it doesn't do what I want, I get out and I might lose 50 bucks. But the thing is, at least I'm giving it a chance for that opportunity to be able to get that nice green candle and that good pop and that good climb back on up. Right now, team, I definitely want to see that first little green candle move on in. Right now, I got to see it back above 625. Still, again, still all red right now. We got to see our first little green candle kind of change the momentum if we can get it. If not, we're probably heading back on down towards around $6. So right now, we need that little green candle to kind of change the way for buyers to move on in and, again, get a little bit of that hype and that momentum, get a little pop back on up, and try to push ourselves up. Again, what are you guys happy with? $250, $400? So I got 1,000 shares right now. We got our first little green candle. We got to see if we can pop 650 here. If we can pop 650, we should put ourselves up, $200+. And again, like we're going for little crumbs right here that are going to add on up. Still let the dogs eat for a little bit, We know it's not going to be $1 million day, but you know what? Let's still be able to fill up the gas tank a little bit. Pay for the AAA. Pay for that 93 Supreme. Up 107, 117. See if we get that little pop back above 650 here. Get up near 650. We can start taking our gains, even if it's just small, right? We're just trying to do what we can. Stay consistent. And remember, getting those nice little low dips. Right now, I have 1,000 shares, 625. And then that means every penny is going to equal $10. So if that 625 is my average, we're at 635. That's going to put me up $100 on the day. Right now, not doing it though yet. Still weakness here, traders. Still weakness. Traders, right now, I'm going to lock it up. Take a little loss right here. Just not getting the dip I wanted. That last play was the dip that I wanted. It didn't happen. I'm going to take a very, very tight small loss. Not going to average in right here. Stock's still falling. We gave it a chance. And this is what I mean by having high reward, low risk. So again, Dek, what do you mean by high reward, low risk? So let me again draw this out for you so you guys can understand exactly what I mean by this, okay? So this is how I like to trade here. We had this here, team. This is how I stay consistent. This is how I am a full-time stock trader. This is how I make money. And you might say, Dek, what are you talking about? You're red right now. I'm red, but look what I did. I got involved on a play. Okay, everyone stick with me here. Did I buy here? Did I buy here? Did I buy here? No, I didn't buy here, which would just lead towards massive losses. I waited for an area where I said, you know what? There's a great chance of success here from old Holt areas, from old lower shadows, from old real bodies, and I'm going to get filled right next to this blue line. That blue line is my entry. Now, what was my stop loss? My stop loss was that red line. So basically, if you want to take this into a different scale here, this was how much room I had to lose. Now, let's say we did get the bounce play. This is how much room we have to win. So basically, what's happening here? If I wanted to, and I say, all right, you know what? I'm going to keep holding this play or whatnot. I am only losing, let's say one. I'm losing $100. Let's say we do get the bounce play. I'm winning 10, which could be $10,000. Basically what I'm saying is look how much more room I have to win, then look how much more room I have for the potential loss. I try to get involved on every stock where if I do lose, I lose minuscule. If I do win, I win double, triple, quadruple, right? So I wanted to give the stock a chance after a 55-60% fall. It's not getting that big green candle that I wanted. So you know what? I'm just going to keep it nice and tight and small. Over the last 7 days, we've been able to make nearly $4,000. Losing $100 isn't going to matter. You know, so again, we know today's a little bit of a tricky day. We're trying to do everything we possibly can, stay smart, and if there is anything spiking, we can go after it. But again, we just don't want to do anything that's going to really hurt our accounts in any way. Right now, team AIHS, no. AKAN still has the potential to still get that dip buy. Dek, do you still like that dip buy potential? I mean, it definitely could rip right back up to 650 plus. That would be the goal. 650 plus up to $7. I don't think I see anything else spiking, though. And sometimes that's market conditions. Great news is we know tomorrow there's going to be brand new hot press releases. We know tomorrow there's going to be more hype. We know tomorrow there's going to be next legs, next rips, next pops, there's going to be more coming up tomorrow, which is going to be absolutely great in every single way as well. Reese, again, for the AI platform, you have to connect your broker, or again, you know, hit up the support. I know, again, you guys know I manually add it to the broker, but again, or manually add it to the trading journal. But I don't like manually adding it to the trading journal. I am waiting for them to be able to have Cobra connect, so they could just connect it right over to Cobra. Davey, hey, Dek, I'm used to 15 plus years ago with you on finviz.com where we look at volume and then scroll down to check if there's news. Do we do it other way around with this scanner? So, yeah, I mean, for Foxrunner, a little heads on up. If you guys don't know how to use Foxrunner, I'll just give you the quick little briefing. Foxrunner, very simple, very easy. You know, best way to be able to understand, you know, this right here. Every single morning, news comes out, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. News comes out, those 4 press release waves. If you are on the West Coast, news is going to be coming out at the times of 4 a.m., 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30. What you want to do every morning is first things first, change the float. Go to 0 to 20 million in float. Let's, you know, filter out all the stocks that don't matter to us. Then on top of that, what are we going to do? You are going to have your keywords. There's default keywords, but you can also add keywords, you know, that you want to be able to have like 3-4 star words. Like let's say again, hey Dek, I really love when I see the word, you know, whatever, Solana. You can again add that as a 4-star word. Now, a lot of the words that I like to add are going to be highlighted words. And I also turn on voice alerts. So again, I've noticed over the last week, private placement press releases have gone on very big spikes. So again, I made the word placement for private placement to be able to be highlighted and also put a voice alert on it so it comes out, you know, and I know it. So once you're awake and you're looking at the new scanner at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, you are going to get these waves. 7 o'clock wave came on through. CJET came out with private placement right here. This is how I found this immediately. This is how I'm alerting it to you guys immediately because it's right here. Also, again, Fox Runner in their alerts also alerts it the moment it comes on out as well. You can see, you know, CJET at 7 o'clock in the morning has the $1 billion private placement. So again, you take a look over on CJET over here. Guess what we have? CJET. Let's imagine you were awake at this time. You saw this. CJET this morning was at 17 cents at 7 o'clock. By 7:03 is 27 cents. At 7:45 is 30 cents. That was all before it ran up to 53 cents, right? So, you know, all of these plays right here, you can go back and same exact thing. I don't think there was anything at like 7 o'clock or 7:30, but, you know, Quantum, hot press release, you know, that we're definitely aware of, right? But press releases lead to spikes. Spikes lead to money. So that's why this is the most important scanner I have. This, again, is the most important way to be able to, you know, figure out what's like the hot news and the words that you want and such. Little heads on up here, team. As we are coming down to the end of this morning, please note, I will not be live, unfortunately, tomorrow or on Friday. This is my last day this week. And again, the reason why I'm saying that is because I hope, again, that we all see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an amazing time. I really hope that you guys can show up, come on through, meet some other people as well. We are estimating around like 300 to 400 people are going to be there. Because again, Cobra sent it out to all the members that use Cobra. I'm telling you guys, Katie, Day Trade Professor, Wolf Financial, you know, everyone's saying, hey, come on through. So it's going to be an amazing, fun event. It's free. You might have to pay a cover charge to get onto the roof. I think like maybe 20 bucks or so. Other than that, come on up, enjoy it, and let's just have an amazing time ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, I only had one trade. I just don't see anything. The worst thing I feel like I can do right now is just overtrade, gamble, and basically go against my rules. I'm not saying I'm finishing the day in the red. I might get an afternoon trade or maybe a lunch hour trade if I see something else move. But at this moment, I'm just not seeing anything move. I'm not seeing anything spike. So, team, we want to stay smart. We want to do everything the best we possibly can. No forcing. Use our head. Do things right. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stocktober. We are here. It is going to be an absolutely incredible time. We are in the midst of spooky season here, traders, and I cannot wait. So, whatever comes on up, everyone stay calm. For anything that happens over the next 30 days, it's all part of the plan. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Every single person here, enjoy your day and enjoy your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. But again, I will not be live streaming. Make sure you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. Have some fun. Let's get ready to rock. Help me wrap this thing on up here, baby. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! I love you. Scanners are going live over on Tradecaster for Tradecaster members, and I will continue to be able to alert there. I love you. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining us on this day.
Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
First niggas gotta find me.
$700.
$50,000 to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on up.
too when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here. Ball so hard since we
1,400.
here. It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million a year?
You should be asking how to be successful.
Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
Cause it's a thriller night.